This is a country where more than 40% of the population is indigenous. So the sudden departure of its first indigenous president has particular meaning. We went to this market in a predominantly indigenous area of the capital to ask people what they made of the events during these last turbulent weeks. We soon found that this is not a community that speaks with one voice. Opinions are divided. Rosa, who sells everything from spanners to shampoo, said she was sad that President Morales had gone.
It was good in these last 15 years. He helped the elderly and the children. We didn't have that before.
But this woman, who runs a shop selling the traditional clothes often worn by the indigenous community, had little positive to say about the ex-president. Thank God he's gone, she said. She claimed that those close to the president had enriched themselves, while the rest of the country was poor.
There they are with their luxury cars, while those of us who have worked for years can't possibly buy a car.
Many others here who preferred not to speak on camera were equally critical. So what was it that led Evo Morales, proudly indigenous, to lose the crucial support of his base? This group of indigenous leaders said their faith in the president was diminished when they felt he was seeking to extend his period in office, something they argue is against their traditions.
He wanted to be the sole leader, like a god, a king, and that does not work. You have to cooperate with everyone in a multinational state.
Morales has also faced criticism from some indigenous groups that he failed to protect their lands. This was a march earlier this year against government-backed land clearing. The former president, now in exile in Mexico, does remain an emblematic leader for First Peoples movements across the world, perhaps even more so than he does back home. And the former president can take some credit for breaking the mold of politics here. There's already speculation that his party may put forward a new candidate from an indigenous background to stand in the forthcoming elections. Stephen Gibbs, CGTN, La Paz.